So a few months back, I moved into a smaller space with more hard floors. So I decided to pick up this compact spray mop, which features removable washable pads as well as a refillable canister. As usual, I did my due diligence and research and found this one had a lot of good reviews and it is pretty inexpensive. It comes in a pretty small box, so you do have to do a little bit of assembly, which is pretty easy to do, and it comes with a few extra accessories, including 3 microfiber pads, as well as this brush attachment, which is designed so that you can either hang it up separately from the mop or simply attach it to the mop's pole. If you needed it, instructions to assemble it's on the box as well as on this sheet of paper that comes in the box, but I think it's relatively straightforward. You have the handle trigger piece and then you just attach it to the middle section, which has a little bit of a foam pad. You want to pay attention to the hole so that the two pieces will fit together and securely. And same goes for the next piece, which is the canister, and then finally the bottom mop attachment. As a product reviewer, I've assembled a lot of these kind of things. Check out my channel to get an idea. But I found that the tolerances in these pieces made it a little bit difficult to get some of these joints together. So you may need to use a little bit of elbow grease. But otherwise, once it's fully assembled, the rest of the process is pretty smooth sailing. With one of the pads already attached to the bottom of the mop, the next thing I had to do was fill up this canister. So you just need to give it a little bit of a tug and it'll come straight out. And then you can unscrew the cap to fill up with whatever cleaning solution you want. I would just recommend something really simple so that you don't clog the nozzle, because the nozzle is pretty small. So I stuck with a simple water and lemon-based cleaning solution. Re-screwed back on the lid and reinserted it down into the mop. Now, when I first did this, I didn't push down the canister far down properly, so I wasn't actually able to get a spray when I was squeezing the handle. So after I readjusted the canister, made sure it stuck snugly all the way down in the mop, then I was able to get a really nice misty spray. So after using this for several months, I really love using this. It's very easy to use. The bottom joint is kind of like a ball movement joint, so it's able to easily get into hard to reach areas. I think the size of the actual mop itself is also really great. And because of that ball joint, I'm able to store it in really small places, like this little gap between my refrigerator and the wall. And I also love how reusable it is. I know Swiffer sells their own proprietary mops out there in which you have to buy their proprietary little cleaning pads. In this case, it's just a microfiber pad that you can easily take off, put it in your washing machine to wash, and then you just reuse it. Also love the refillable canister. It's not proprietary, unlike Swiffer once again, which I think has been the direct competitor in my mind. Plus, it's altogether much cheaper to have this than to buy a Swiffer mop, and this has definitely a lot more reusability. Maybe some potential downsides is it is kind of a cheap feeling material and the canister is kind of small. So if you have a large house, a lot of hard flooring, you may need to refill the canister more than once. But for my case, I have a pretty small square footage of hard floors, which is I think maybe about 500 to 600 square feet. I'm easily able to use this mop multiple times over that course. So I think roughly maybe about 1,000 square foot is the capacity of this canister. But this particular style of mop is really geared towards maybe apartments or dormitories or something that, is a smaller space. So if you needed something for a larger square footage, you probably want to, use a different kind of mop altogether. So this was easily one of my best purchases of the year. If you guys are interested, as usual, I have the link in the description. Thanks for watching.